Good morning. This is a tutorial, a snail mail tutorial. I have a number of tutorials on how to embellish snail mail, that kind of thing. So if you're a pen pal or if you like adding interesting things to your letters, have a look. I've got a playlist. Right, so this is what you're making. And as you can see, it's very simple. So you just need a piece of paper. You need some kind of stamp, preferably with a space within it. So it could be a bottle, it could be a heart, it could be a circle, it could be a jar. And then you need to pick a fussy cut of some kind. And that's going to, let me put it on a white background actually. And that's going to be the one I use for the example I'm going to show you. And you need to pick colours that go with it. So for example, I did a blue one there with black grey edges. So I've got a blue blackish greyish piece there and a piece of text. This one brown and kind of an orangey yellow, so orangey yellow craft paper, and scrap text with some brown writing. It's a very useful project here for using up scrap. You need an ink pad. I've just used black, but you could use whatever colour you like, especially if you're using different coloured paper. And the stamp I'm using is the same one I used there. So it's literally, it's a circular bottle with a stopper in it. Okay, and I've just gone with square paper. This is basically just A4 paper cut to a different size. Don't really write a lot on square paper. Thought I'd give it a go. I tend to make my own envelopes so I can make them to fit the paper. But it's whatever paper you want. You can do unlined paper, plain paper, tea dyed, whatever you prefer. So here we have the plain dyed paper. The colours I've picked, I've got a couple of bits of red, and I decided to go with, see, I had some text, but I also had this, which I think is some kind of radio diagram. Thought that would be quite fun to use. I'm probably going to leave this straight down one end and just stick it down like that. No rules on how you stick down the scrap piece of paper. I tend to only use two, but if you had a really big one, like you had a large bottle or something, you might want to do like different pieces if you've got like a very large stamp. But because this one's so small, I think this one will be fine. So I'm just ripping it like that. Stick it down like that. I'm using Yoo-hoo glue stick. I found that quite a strong sturdy glue, better than Pritt stick. Bear in mind, if you do use a wet glue, it is going to warp the paper. This will warp the paper a little, but not as much. So the next step is to stamp that. So I'm just lining up to get an idea of where I'd like it. Okay. And what I tend to do, I'm sure there's a really specific way you're supposed to prep your stamps, but I don't know what it is. So what I tend to do is just print a test one just to make sure I've got nice coverage all around. Just press down. Try not to press too hard because it can go a little bit squidgy. Lovely, very pleased with that one. And the final step is to take whatever fussy cut you've used. I think this is technically a moth. Take your fussy cut. What I mean by fussy cut is literally just when you've taken it from a book, or if you've got butterfly stickers or something like that, you could use them. You could use flowers, you could use anything. I just like the look of the flying butterfly or moth within that area. And the last thing I do is, and anyone who knows about moths will know this is not how their antenna look, but I'm just adding them with a pen here. And there you go. So as you can see, I've smudged it because I didn't wait for it to dry. Yay! And that's just a really easy way of putting a really sweet little embellishment in the corner of your writing paper. If you're a crafter, you will probably have loads and loads of different kind of stamps, which you hardly ever use. So this is a really good way of getting in there and using some of your stamps. Hope you found this useful. As I say, I've got a playlist with a number of different kind of snail mail ideas, ways to embellish writing paper, that kind of thing. I hope this inspires you to create something lovely to send to people in the mail. And I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Thank you for watching.